So put your TikTok handle in the chat. Okay, I'll be right back and we'll get started.
Tyler, you are muted, just to let you know. We're doing some good lips reading right now, but it's getting hard.
Okay, how about this? Is it better?
Yeah, now we can hear. Good,
okay,
that's great.
Sweet. Well, I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. My computer just shut off, so we're just going to roll without slides if that's okay with you guys. Is that cool? Okay, sweet. Well, you don't have a choice really, I guess, because this is where we are. So let's roll with this. So I am talking to you about TikTok is for teachers. And so I'm going to talk through a couple ideas, some things that that you guys can take into consideration. I see some people throwing in their TikTok handles. If you would, throw those in there and go in and follow some people. One of the amazing things you're going to find out that I'm going to talk about with TikTok is how great the community is in that platform. And so let me roll over. Okay. Hopefully you all can still hear me. Okay. Excellent. So with TikTok, why, in my opinion, does TikTok get straight A's? Okay. And you're doing it because, you think of teachers, educators, we are, we love our acronyms, if you will. We love to, the alliteration, and I'm going with it. So I'm going to go with all the A's. All right. And so the first A is attention. Attention. TikTok has the attention of our culture. A lot of times when people hear of a new social media platform, when they hear like Instagram or Facebook or Periscope or Twitter or whatever it is, they're like, oh, here's another one. I think we're at the point when it comes to social media where we have kind of our big 3 or 4, and then they're just going to purchase anybody else who rises up. Instagram gets popular, Facebook buys them. Snapchat got popular. Facebook tried to buy them and they didn't. And so what they did was they stole Snapchat, put it in Instagram. So you're going to start seeing these. And we didn't think we'd see any more players, big players in that game pop up. Well, we were wrong. Over the pandemic, TikTok has taken off. And a lot of you may know this. TikTok originally was Musical.ly, and it was where 13-year-old girls could lip sync to songs. And then ByteDance bought them. And from China, they bought Musical.ly, turned it into TikTok. Okay, so they actually have 2 apps, do kind of similar things, but they have one for overseas and they have one for America that is called TikTok. So it has over 2 billion downloads. In 2020, it was the most downloaded app. So if you talk about relevancy, attention, where our students are, we're talking about TikTok. And here's one of the things. Have you guys noticed with social media, whenever you have a platform that young people are on, it's only a matter of time before everybody else follows. The parents want to see, what's my kid up to? What's my kid doing? So they start getting on the platform, and then, their grandparents come in, and that's whenever the kids bounce and go somewhere else. But for right now, you are seeing a ton of relevancy and attention on TikTok. Okay. Here's a prime example. If you're on TikTok, is anybody in the chat, let me know about how many hours a week are you on TikTok? And if you want to actually go into your phone settings and tell me the exact number, that's bravery, and we will all give you 10 points, okay? How many hours do you spend on TikTok? If you go to the Billboard Top 10, 8 out of the 10 are songs you recognize from TikTok. Their mantra with TikTok, if you go download the app, says it all starts with TikTok. That's where the trends start. If you watch someone on Instagram or YouTube and it's a trend, it probably started on TikTok. Music, those songs become popular because it comes from the popularity of TikTok. It is think of it this way. Right now, TikTok is Amazon in the early years, and you got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They are Walmart. They are now playing catch up with how do we deliver these things? You know what I mean? Like that's the Walmart, Amazon analogy. They're trying to figure out how to catch up. So YouTube, they're pushing YouTube Shorts. That is a priority of theirs because they see the popularity of TikTok and how it is changing the attention of what people watch online. And you guys may have seen the stat a couple months ago. It was like the first month that a user's average video watch time was greater for TikTok than YouTube. And that is the first time an app has passed YouTube in that statistic. I want to say in a decade, it is the first time. So is YouTube is amazing. They have the infrastructure. It's like when Walmart said, you know what, we could probably deliver stuff. They already had the warehouses and the buildings and the supplies already placed around the United States. They were primed to do it. YouTube is primed to do it, and they know that, and they're about to start pushing it. So if you're making TikToks, this is Tyler's opinion. I'm probably not going to say this later. If you're making a TikTok and you make the TikTok, put it on Instagram, put it on YouTube Shorts, and then put it on Pinterest. And then put it on TikTok or on Twitter if you want. But start there and then put it on all the other platforms. If you feel comfortable recording in a different platform, I put it there first and then upload it to the rest. So the first A is attention. It has attention of the relevant generation that everybody else is going to follow. Number 2, it adds value. See what I did with the A there? See where I put that in there? The A adds value to people. It legitimately has made me better as an educator, as a leader. It even gives me tips on being a dad. Like, it adds you value once you get into the right community. Okay. So you can save stuff. I can't tell you how many videos, 1 minute or less videos I have saved on my phone that I tossed them down because I was like, this is good. I want to keep this. This is good. I want to remember this. And I'll toss it in my phone. You can favorite it. So you can go in and you can hold it and it goes into like a hidden playlist where you can go in and watch them later. If you're like, oh, I want to be reminded of that. I want to look at this. One of the best things about it is does anybody in the chat, let me know. This is fun. I love this. In the chat, that group text you're in with your real friends. You know what I'm talking about? Like the friends that you can say whatever you want. Like, tell me the name of that group text. I'll tell you mine. Mine's called Little Spinach Friends. And we named it after a meme. So in the chat, let me know the name of your real friends group text. With TikTok, it has a feature where you can click and share it in a text extremely easy. And so you start putting it in to those communities, and then your friends start becoming members of your community on TikTok because you were watching similar stuff. You like similar stuff. It starts putting you in that community there, and you can have that community there. You can follow amazing people. And I'm going to give you guys access to my slideshow that won't load up because my computer just died on me. That's fun. So I'm going to give you guys access to this presentation. I've got links of about 10 or 15 people that I recommend you follow. They're educators. You don't have to agree with everything they say, but hopefully you can get some value and perspective from every single one of them. And I love that. I love following people that I agree with, people I get value from, but also people I want to hear their thoughts and processes because I want to understand and I want to get better. And if they think something I don't, and I'm like, oh, that's better, I want to change what I think and think that. You know what I mean? Has everybody ever done that? If you do, you're one of the 8 people in America that wants to do that. But I want to learn and be better. And so it's like it adds me value to listen to them and not just change my mind, but also hear people's perspective. And I think TikTok's really good about doing that. And you get the chance to see other people's perspective because it's a great place where people are authentic and tell their thoughts. And then also the last thing with regards to adding value, you have value to add to the educational community. You know this. You have an area you have an area of expertise. None of us are experts in everything, okay? We can't be Google. You know what I mean? It's like we all have those little areas of expertise. You have a value and experiences you can add to the greater community. Okay, the third A. Okay, so we talked about what was the first one? Attention. Adds value. The third A, algorithm. If you want to know one of the things that is the most powerful thing about TikTok is the algorithm. That algorithm is going to put you in your favorite professional learning network. Okay. If you want to know who someone really is, if you want to know who someone is to their core, If they're a TikTok user, go in and search their For You page, FYP. Just scan it. After about 10 or 15 videos, you're going to know what that person you grab the phone from thinks, their processes, what they're into, what they like. If they're like, oh, I don't know why those people dancing videos are on there. It's because they like watching that. Okay. I don't like, whenever I tell people like, you should be on TikTok, educators, you should be on TikTok. They're like, I only see no kids dancing. I was like, if you see that, it means that you want to watch that. After 2 hours on TikTok, you will only see the things that you like. It has one of the most powerful algorithms in the game. I'm serious. Once you get on there and you're watching, you don't even have to heart things, share things, anything. If you watch the video all the way through, that plays into your algorithm, and they're going to start putting more stuff like that. You guys know this. The goal with every social media platform, every single one of them, their number one goal is to keep you on their platform, is to keep you in their app. And the better their algorithm is, the more they're going to say things you want to hear, or validate you, or give you value in the area you want value, or entertain you in a way you like to be entertained. They're going to push that in front of you. So the third A is algorithm. Okay. So we've got attention. It has the attention of the world. 2, it adds value. 3, the amazing algorithm. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with, because I would love to leave time for questions, and I do want to give you this slideshow before we bounce out and destroy this. I want to kind of throw an idea at you when it comes to getting students involved. Okay, because a lot of us, we may use TikTok. We're like, okay, well, how is that going to help me in my classroom or with my school? There is a very, very relevant and fun and engaging way that you can get your students involved using TikTok. So, for instance, let's say you're teaching a lesson on Alexander Hamilton. You know what I mean? Man, I got you guys. You didn't know that I was a trained musician, but now you know. The cat's out of the bag, guys. Alexander Hamilton. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. Okay, so say you're teaching on Alexander Hamilton, okay, and everybody's doing the research, you're talking, you're discussing different things, and you want your students to show that they have an understanding of Alexander Hamilton and the people that played, characters in his life, okay, the people around him that impacted his life. Instead of saying, hey, everybody write a one-page paper on a different person and then you're going to present it to the class, why don't you say, hey, everybody, we're going to take 20 minutes and you are going to make a TikTok that teaches us, either through education, entertainment, or both, hopefully, where you're teaching the rest of the class about a significant person from Alexander Hamilton's life and their connection to him, their impact either he had on them or they had on him or they had together on the United States of America. Okay. So you have them go out and create that. You say you can use a TikTok trend. You can make it from scratch. You can do a skit. You can do whatever you want. Be creative, students. Go out and create that. And then what you do is you show those videos to your class. Tell me your engagement level would not be on like level 10. Like how are your students not going to be engaged when they get to adapt something they're already doing for fun to something they're doing to learn? And that's one of the peaks of education is whenever students have the opportunity to not only to like learn and get better, but to enjoy that process. Okay. So they can create based off of trends. You can use trends. Like, has anybody seen that one trend where it's like, and they go, da, 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 and they do this? It's like you do that and you could just have a trend where it's like you have a quote and then you say, oh, I do this. I did that recently with a TikTok. I said, it started with like the music started playing and it said, when other teachers are stressing about planning for all their lessons, and then the music kicks in and I did this and it said, but you're making it up on the spot every day. And people resonate with that because we've all been in that position as a teacher where you're like driving to school and you're like, what am I going to do for 45 minutes with these young people today? And you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. So some of the ways that you can create with that, you can build off the trends, you can create from scratch, you can do quick little skits, or they have what's called stitching. So you could take the first 4 to 5 seconds of someone else's TikTok, and then you can cut to yourself and elaborate on it. I did this with Dr. Zeisner. If you guys don't follow Dr. Zeisner, she's fantastic. She's a principal out of Washington. Well, she was a principal. Now she works for a college. I think she works for Gonzaga. Which one is it? In the chat. Are we Team Gonzaga or Team Gonzaga? I need to know this. This has become the most important thing in my life. I talk way too fast. I'm sorry. I get excited about 5 things, and this is one of them, okay? Well, Dr. Zeisner was talking about how she, from her experience, thought it'd be a great idea for brand new teachers for their first 3 years, they only teach for half the day. The other half of their day is for professional development, meeting with a mentor, building out their curriculum, working on classroom management. It gives them a chance to use half their day to grow in those first 2 or 3 years. And I thought it was a fantastic idea. Okay. Did she summarize it well? Absolutely. But I was able to stitch. I took the first 4 seconds of her talking about that, and then I was able to elaborate based on my own experiences. I was like, I completely agree with Dr. Zeisner. Please go watch her video. And then I talked about how it could benefit not only a teacher in the classroom, but their home life. Okay. And then vice versa, because we know like that it can impact each other. And so I thought that was a fantastic idea. I didn't say anything revolutionary, but I was able to add my own personal experience and education on top of that topic. And that's a great way to do that. That's called stitching. And the other one is duetting. So you can duet somebody, you can bring their video in, and their video is essentially side by side with your video, and you'll be able to talk with it. Now, why do I recommend this for student learning? Why do I recommend this for students doing it? Because you're adding in an element of something that is relevant to them and something they care about. And I think that it's a great way to add another layer of student engagement and student commitment to not just your class, y'all's class. Can I say y'all in here? Is that okay? I'm sorry, I'm from Arkansas, so I'm saying y'all. And so it'd make it y'all's class. I think it's an incredible way. You could do quizzes. You could do, all right, guys, answer these questions. And then you do a duet. There's so many different avenues when you get creative that you can add elements that your students are going to resonate with. And I think that would be a fantastic thing. So may I give you guys, while you're thinking of a question, I'm going to get this presentation and I'm going to share it with you. That way you guys can have, let me get this, copy the link, copy this chicken nugget, copy the link. I'm going to get over here and I'm going to give you guys the link in the chat. It's got links to everything I talked about. It was an amazing presentation. You would have loved it a lot more than whatever this picture is behind me, this Northern Ohio. Is this Northern Ohio? This is what my friend from Ohio says it looks like, but I've seen pictures. I don't think that's Ohio. Okay. And so I'm going to give you guys access to it also in there. This past summer, I did a 6-hour, you're like, wow, I don't want to watch anything for 6 hours. It's a 6-hour TikTok teacher conference where I interviewed like a ton of like really amazing TikTokers, talked about education, how it plays into their classroom, how it plays into what they're doing. And you can have free access to that. That's the last slide, but I'm going to give that to you guys instead of talking about it. And I'm so sorry my internet didn't work. My son has a basketball tournament today and I'm hiding in one of the extra gyms. And so internet was trash. Let me find the chat and I'll talk. That's called in-call messages. There you go. I'm about to toss the link in there. I'm so sorry. Any questions? We got like a minute or two. But you can always email me, hit me up. If you're like, I really want to know more about TikTok or you talk too fast. I didn't understand anything you said. Feel free to hit me up. So thank you guys so much. Do any questions, anything I say, or did I ruin all that because I wouldn't shut up? That's my fault. I'm so sorry.
I thought it was awesome. I love how people put in the chat people that they're following and loving. So Tyler, if you were to recommend your top 3 educators, and I haven't jumped into the slide deck yet, who would they be? Who are the 3, like we're picking up our phones and we're following?
Okay. If I'm being actually, I'm not going to say myself. I'm not even one of the top 3. Okay. So I'll say this. Let's do Forever Finding X. She's a math teacher. She's super passionate. She had the creator of Phineas and Ferb make a video for her. So I have to recommend her. Forever Finding X. Then there's Lessons with Lewis. She actually teaches in my state, but she is amazing, amazing educator, super funny. Love her perspective. And then, oh my goodness, so much pressure. Dr. Zeisner, I stitched her yesterday. I have to say she's fantastic. She has a great heart for education and helping teachers. So those are my 3. Forever Finding X, Lessons with Lewis, Dr. Zeisner.
Beauty.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all, I want to just call it best group ever. Can we just say it? Best group ever?
I think you can do it. I think we can claim that for sure.
We'll call it. Thank you so much for helping me do this. And I'm so sorry about my presentation, my screen.
No, you know what? You were like a pro. Like it was like you didn't even seem phased by it. I'm in awe of your ability to just roll with that. That's what we do as innovators. You just modeled it to the nth degree. It was amazing.
Thank you guys. Here, I want you guys, before we leave, I want to let you see. This is actually what I'm filming in. It's batting cages. So you can wonder why my internet stopped working and my computer shut down. So
it happens. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Everyone, I have the link in there to the next one. Rochet's going to about so thanks all.
Thanks, guys.